So we are going to start another topic, which is modes of nutrition in bacteria. Okay, so this modes of nutrition simply means a process a process and the process by which a process of obtaining food, or a process by which plant get their food. So process obtaining food and energy. Obtaining food and energy is called as modes of nutrition. So simply we have so many types and we are going to discuss. So it's like bacteria. So the main types would be two: autotrophs, heterotrophs. Autotroph simply means plant or anything. Plant bacteria, they make their own food. Own food would be made in this autotroph. So the example could be plant, some bacteria. And when we talk about heterotrophs are simply the one who don't make their food by their own self, no own food, but they just take the best example would be human being. Example, human. Why? Just because of course we don't make a food by ourselves. We need a lot of other sources, like we need vegetables, fruits, meat, a lot of things like that. So human are the best example of heterotrophs, whereas for autotrophs we have the example of these bacteria, plant. And if we talk about how exactly they make their food, which would be in a detail, but for now a basic intro. So what they does, it's like they make their own food by the CO2, and it's like they make their food by sunlight. And when we talk about sunlight, so this means we have another factor which we are discussing, so no need to discuss the entire process. In this autotroph we have again two types. First is photoautotrophs, second is chemoautotrophs. So this photoautotroph, photo means light and chemo means chemical. So the food which would be made in by presence of sunlight would be known as photoautotrophs, or like and just the example here could be green sulfur. You will also see other examples like cyanobacteria and purple sulfur bacteria as well. Okay, so I'm sure it's clear. Then in this chemoautotrophs we have like so many types. We have like six types. So what six types that would be? And before that I think we need to make a complete structure, so I'm just showing you how exactly that looks like. So I'm going to another notes because I did not make a complete entire table. Just like here is the bacteria. In this bacteria we have two types, which is autotroph. Here we have heterotrophs. In this autotroph we have two again types, which would be photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. And here we have the example green sulfur and purple sulfur. Whereas here you will see in heterotrophs we have three main types, like, so first is parasitic. In the chemoautotrophs we have six other types which we'll discuss. Here we have parasitic, we have mutualistic, and we also have another type which is commensalitic. So we'll discuss that all, but for now, as I just started continuing that one, so let's continue even. Here, okay, so what these six types are. because we are done with the basic intro as I just gave you a little. So in this chemoautotrophs we have 6. So the first here, which would be when sulfur bacteria have been used. Sulfur bacteria, so that type is called as sulfomonas. Sulfomonas, first type. Then second would be hydrogen bacterial. For that we'll call this as a hydromonas. The third you will see would be like iron bacteria. So iron bacteria, this is called as Pseudomonas. And we have methane bacteria. Methane bacteria is also called as Methanomonas. And we have another which is nitrifying bacteria. Fifth one is nitrifying. I'm sure it's like a little mess like, but still nitrifying bacteria, that's called as Nitrosomonas. Then we have last one which is carbon bacteria. And this carbon bacteria is not like it's we don't have any other specifically name, but it's carbon bacteria. So sulfur bacteria, hydromonas bacteria, iron Fe, ferromonas bacteria, methanomonas, nitrosomonas, and carbon bacteria. So these all are the types. I'm sure it's clear to you. Then in this heterotroph bacteria, we have other types like parasitic, mutualism, and saprotrophic bacteria. And yes, this is all about modes of nutrition. I'm sure it's clear to you. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.